Good.
Okay, this Kawasaki has a dual range transmission. It's a 5-speed transmission. It's 5 up. Neutral is all the way down, but it has a high-low range shifter. This sub-transmission case and the left engine cover is cable actuated up here on the right handlebar. All the way one direction is high or low range, I'm not 100% sure. All the way the other direction is the opposite. So it gives you 5 speeds low, 5 speeds high.
Hi, this is Kaplan from the New England Motorcycle Museum, and I think after looking at the pictures and hearing this thing run and listening to our lead mechanic Mark talk about it, you already know this thing is in really sweet condition. 543 miles. It's on display in the New England Motorcycle Museum right now, and it is an awesome example of an original survivor. Very, very low miles, original paint. There's been a lot of preservation services invested into this bike. Just under $2,000 was invested into it by us and the previous owner. By my calculations here, we had put just under $1,500 into it, and the previous owner around $500. We went right through the bike. We took the gas tank off of it, cleaned the gas tank out, did a compression test on it, checked out at a perfect 145 psi. Went through the whole bike, top to bottom. Spark is perfect. We inspected the points, cleaned and checked the gap and timing. The carb was taken apart, cleaned, rebuilt and adjusted, set the float height and the air screw. We drained the oil tank, removed and cleaned the screen, filled and bled the oil line, and adjusted and synchronized the throttle and oil pump cables. Brand new fresh gear oil in it, brand new air filter, replaced the taillight bulbs and the turn signal grounds. Went through all the wiring, made sure everything was perfect, has new bulbs in it and the turn signals. Got the high-low switch working perfectly. Put fresh fuel in it. Has a new battery which we charged. Checked all the lights. Replaced their missing rear brake light switch spring. Set the tire pressure. Adjusted the drive chain. Pretty much went through the whole bike top to bottom. Then it went through the detail shop and was completely detailed. One of the things about this bike, being an original paint bike, the factory clear coat had begun to fade and fail, and there's a couple small chips in here which could turn into rust if it wasn't taken care of. So a bike like this is always worth more with original paint, so we kept the original paint on it, but it went to our paint shop and they hand sanded it, wet sanded it, and re-clear coated the paint. So this is original paint but with fresh clear coat. So from 10 feet away it looks brand new, but you get up close you can see the patina of a 40-plus-year-old motorcycle on here, a couple of little nicks and chips, but it won't go backwards, it'll stay looking nice. Whereas if it was left original clear coat, you could start getting issues with surface rust. So the tank's in beautiful condition. There's no dents or dings in the tank that I can see on either side, which is pretty rare. The original handlebars even has an original caution sticker on there, which is something most people would peel off. Very rare to have that on there. 543 miles. The clutch pull is like butter. The cables are in brand new condition. The original mirror is in mid shape. The original grips are in mid condition, as are the levers. The bars are nice and straight. Suspension's in really good shape. These fenders are notorious for getting damaged. To find one with original chrome front fender like this in mint condition is extremely rare. I don't see any dents on this fender or dings. The rear fender is in beautiful condition. Again, hallmark of a classic antique trail bike with chrome fenders.
The rack.
No, the rack. I gotta mention the rack here. This is an extremely rare piece, very hard to find. The rack alone is probably, what do you think the rack's worth, Kenny? On eBay?
Anywhere from $200 to $300.
So close to $300 for the rack that's included. The original sticker from Valley Kawasaki is still on there from the 70s. We thought we'd leave that on. It's kind of cool to have the original dealer sticker. The previous owner had taken the, if you look at the front spokes, there's a little bit of patina on the front spokes, and the rim, the original chrome on the rim is hitting in a couple places, which is fairly common. The front, this is the original front tire on here. The rear tire, look at the rear tire, Kenny. It's a brand new rear tire with the nub still on it. The whole rear end of the bike was completely dismantled. The spokes were taken out and brand new spokes were installed, and the wheel was sanded and painted with a rust preventative coating. It's a aluminum style coating, so it's a little bit different patina than the front rim. That could have been sent out in chrome, which is something I would have preferred to do, but instead it was coated, and then brand new spokes were installed, brand new tire was installed, brand new tube, and the rear brakes look to be in brand new condition. They're still adjusted all the way out. Everything works beautifully on the bike, as Mark had demonstrated. It runs really nice. Has the original toolbox on the side here. Doesn't have the tool kit in there, which is something you can get on eBay for 20 bucks or so. But the toolbox is in mint shape. That's the important thing. Original air box is in great shape. Again, brand new air filter in there, brand new gear fluid. Pegs are in beautiful shape. No tearing or damage on the pegs or the lever, which is really rare because they're pretty much they were trail ridden a lot. It's an on-off-road trail bike, so a lot of them would get damaged pegs, levers. To find one with original turn signals and all original like this is extremely rare. Right around $2,000 invested into it up to this point for restoration and preservation services. It's ready to go. This has the 2-speed transmission that Mark explained very well earlier. The cable and actuator on it are not perfect. They work. If you wanted to buy a cable for it and an actuator to make it perfect, you could, but it works. It's just it doesn't work perfectly, in my opinion. I believe the clutch cable is brand new on it. Certainly pulls like butter, and it's got it looks brand new. So I'm 95% sure the previous owner had done the clutch cable before we got it. So this bike was owned by the gentleman who owns the LTD 1000 Kawasaki that we have listed right now. Both of these were in his living room for the last 10 years. So they were stored literally in his living room. So he was totally obsessed with the bikes. They're immaculate, top to bottom. I don't think you'll find a speck of dirt anywhere on this motorcycle. You could have this thing in your kitchen. I mean, the bottom of it is just as clean as the top. One thing I want to point out too, can you take a look at this? This is the engine protector on the bottom here. There's not a single dent in the thing or ding. So this is clearly a bike that had never been off-road in the rocks. There's no dents or dings underneath here at all. So good luck finding a nicer one. The bike's obviously been well loved, well cared for. This is technically, it's a GT4RE 1974. It's called a G4 100cc. It's a 100cc two-stroke engine. Purrs like a kitten, shifts great, clutches great. The last one of these, we had a red one we just sold. Kenny, what the red one we bought? Like 30, do you remember what that one sold for? Let me check the complete listings.
Oh man, I think just over 3,000.
Just over 3,000. That one had like what, 1,400 miles on it?
Yeah, miles. Yeah, it was comparable, but this one trumps the last one for sure.
So this one, I'd estimate the retail value of this bike with the rack, the original paint, the 0 miles on it, is somewhere around $3,500. So we'll let the internet, eBay people determine what it's worth. And we'll put it up for bid with a lower reserve, and hopefully it goes to a good home. Like I said, it's on display in the museum right now, today in the museum showroom. One of the things I did note is the kickstand, when you lean it over, it leans over a little bit far. So we put a couple blocks underneath the kickstand. I think it looks cooler sitting upright like that. So just a fantastic bike. The original exhaust system's in great shape. Has buddy pegs on it. This is a bike you can definitely ride a passenger on it. My sons and I are both over 200 pounds, and we rode the other one. It's freezing cold outside. That's why we're not doing a riding video today. And Mark already did it. But I've ridden 2 up with one of these, no problem. So they have, with the two-speed transmission in lower range, these things will pull a house, no problem, especially in low range. And then they got the high range if you want to take it out on the street. So, or on the, I don't think I'd want to take it on the highway. You could if you wanted to, but on back roads it'd be great around town, or back roads, beach bike, or whatever. So, good luck bidding on the bike. Make a perfect Christmas present for someone. And it needs nothing. It's ready to go. So, good luck bidding on the bike. And God bless America.